Orbit with the GRIFT token is one of the high flyers today from the Pump.fun ecosystem on Solana. Let's have a look at who's actually buying here. What's driving all of this? Does it still make sense to buy Orbit? What's the potential upside? Let's have a look at the data most people are not considering. Now we're currently at 5.3 cents. We are up 13% in the last 24 hours and we've seen roughly 300 more buyers than sellers. 52% buying wallets versus 48% selling wallets. Now Orbit is another artificial intelligence play. The token is a chat agent specialized for DeFi. And here's the user interface. It doesn't look that different to ChatGPT. And so it's linked to liquidity pool data of various blockchains. How much this is used in practice is another question. But we are currently in a bull market, so even applications that are still just in development might appreciate. Even random meme coins appreciate. Now let's see if we can find hints for potential manipulation. On X, or formerly known as Twitter, we've got 10,000 followers. In Discord, we've got 13,000 members, but only 400 of them are online. This is somewhat odd. On Solana, on chain, we've got 6,000 holders. So to me, it does look like the number of Discord users is inflated. This might be a lot of bots here. But again, I'm simply just comparing numbers. I haven't looked at this into more detail. But still, having more members in Discord than holders on chain doesn't really make sense. The token is mainly traded on chain. The price discovery does happen on Radium. It can be bought on Gate.io as well, but this is definitely not where most trading happens. Only 0.14% of volume is over here. And so here's something we see pretty much for any token. Initially, on launch day, we see a lot of new wallets interacting with the token, and that then tends to decline. The same is true for Orbit GRIFT. We've seen more than 9,000 wallets interacting with the token on the first day. This then went down. Now we are at a bit over 1,000 wallets per day. We can ignore the latest data point because today hasn't yet finished. We can also see how the trading volume measured in US dollars tends to decline. Yesterday was an active day, and again the latest data point can be ignored, but overall we don't necessarily see that much hype. We also do not necessarily see how one particular wallet size tends to take up more of the trading volume over time. It's pretty balanced. Instead of looking at the trading volume, we can also have a look at the number of holders over time based on different holding thresholds. So on the left side we've got retail, on the right side we've got the whales. And the way we make this distinction is by looking at minimum holding thresholds. So to be counted for the chart on the left, a wallet needs to hold at least 20,000 GRIFT tokens. At the current price, that's roughly $1,000 worth of the token. For the chart in the middle, it's 200,000 tokens, so that's now $10,000 worth of the token. For the chart on the right, it's 2 million tokens, or $100,000 worth of the token. We do not necessarily see strong growth on any of those wallet cohorts. Still, we see the price appreciating that much. What's going on? Here is what's going on. It seems like the existing whale wallets tend to accumulate more of the token. So it's not the number of whales that's going up, it's simply the ones that already hold the token that buy more of it. Because on the left side, we see the token balance that's held by small retail, by medium-sized retail, and by large retail. Now, small retail means all the wallets that have up to $1,000 worth of the token. Medium-sized retail is up to $10,000. Large retail is up to $100,000. Now, the whales that are simply in white is all the wallets that have more than $100,000 worth of the token. They now have more and more of the token supply. Around 2/3 of the token supply is now held by wallets that have at least $100,000 worth of the token. Just have a look at how quickly the value that's held by the whales has increased. 5 days ago, the whales held 1.7 million worth of the token. Now that's more than 40 million, so more than a 20x in 5 days. Meanwhile, small retail didn't even double their holdings. So clearly this is a whale-driven rally, and it's not a lot of whales that drive this up. It's simply just maybe a few market makers, maybe decentralized exchanges, maybe a few central players that just want to pump and dump. It's not an organic rally. An organic rally does not look like this in terms of the number of holders over time. An organic rally would see a lot of new wallets, at least in the small retail category. An organic rally also makes no sense when there are more Discord members and Twitter followers compared to on-chain holders. And so here you can clearly see with videos like this that this is not a crypto channel that just pumps and dumps small tokens. I try to look at the data as objectively as possible. And yes, I might be wrong. And yes, there might be more manipulation in the future. And yes, the token could do another 2 or 3x. But again, it's not really a safe rally. It's just in the hands of a few key players. I personally do not like to be at the mercy of a few people that dictate the price movements. I want to see organic growth. I want to see a lot of people getting into a token, stabilizing the price at a higher level continuously. Now things are hyper bullish right now, right? Bitcoin continues to make one high after the next, and pretty much every altcoin is appreciating right now. It almost feels like because there's so much correlation within crypto that it doesn't really matter what we buy. What we see over here is the others dominance. So how much of all of crypto is in the altcoins that's not in the top 10 in terms of market cap. And that's growing very nicely, very steadily in the last days. And I see this in the statistics of this crypto channel as well. Nobody was interested in crypto just a few weeks ago, and suddenly we're spiking up in terms of attention again. And so yes, it's true that everything tends to go up, but there are still ways to outperform. So for example, over here, this is the Memecoin market, and in the last 7 days, AI16Z more than doubled. Yes, Bitcoin went up as well, but it definitely did not double. Now it's at a price of 43 cents. But the question is, how can we get into a token like AI16Z before it doubles? How can we find out about tokens like this early? And what I personally like to do is I like to follow other influencers. I like to follow insiders. I like to follow people that tend to move the markets, especially for those very small tokens. So have a look at this. Kyle Chessy bought AI16Z on the Jupiter exchange on Solana for 1.8 cents. And he didn't just buy once, he bought several times. Since then, the price went up by more than 2,000%. Now, who is Kyle Chessy? He's an influencer that tends to buy tokens very early, where of course not every single token makes these kinds of returns, but it's a bit like VC investing, right? You make 10 bets, you hope for 2 of those bets to make returns like this, and you're okay when the other 8 out of those 10 bets don't work out as well. So here we go, here is his channel. He's got 138,000 subscribers, and we track 12 of his wallets. So this is how wallet tracking works, right? You use on-chain analytics to find out who owns what wallet. And once you've got the wallet, you put this in a tracker. And then whenever this wallet makes a transaction, whenever this wallet buys or sells, we get an automatic notification. We are not just tracking Kyle Chessy, we also track Crypto Banter, for example. They've got 1.1 million subscribers. When they talk about a token, especially a small cap token, that token definitely goes up because there's a lot of attention on the token, right? Attention equals purchases, purchases equal a higher price. We've got 33 of Crypto Banter's wallets. And we're also tracking, for example, Alex Becker. He's got 1.5 million subscribers. We've got 12 of his wallets. And so really, I believe this is the way to beat the crypto market. It's to know more than most. It's not just to pick random tokens in a list, hope that they will make a 2-3x in this bull run. It's actually to be early. It's so early that most people don't know about this yet. I believe in this strategy so much that I made 8 dedicated tutorial videos just on wallet tracking. So how can we find influencer wallets? How can we track them? And how can we then also interpret the signals that we get from the tracking? It's all part of the premium membership of this channel. The link is down below, thebitcoinstrategy.com. Premium is not just about wallet tracking. It's also about backtesting. It's also about macro indicators. It's also about risk mitigation, portfolio diversification, etc. There's more than 100 tutorial videos in total in premium. And so yeah, people are very happy. Feel free to stop this video over here and read this feedback. The most important thing is, of course, once we have those kind of signals, that we also get some feedback from the rest of the community, right? That we discuss when should we buy, when should we sell, what are the current on-chain analytics. That's why I've got dedicated chats on the individual altcoins as well. So feel free to check it out. Feel free to invest some of the gains to make the portfolio grow even faster. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like premium, just message me within the first week and I will refund you 100%. You really have 0 risk. And so personally, I stay away from the Orbit GRIFT token. I do not really like the manipulated social metrics. I do not really like how all of that price rally is just driven by a few mega whales, how we don't see any accumulation by small retail. I like to buy tokens where we see actual organic growth. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in premium. Cheers.